I understand that it is technically not my weekend, but I have not seen baby in over a month, and it is my birthday this Saturday. There is nothing I want more than you to be flexible and allow me to spend time with my grandchild. Of course. Give me just a minute and I will figure out details. Oh, how wonderful! I am having a few friends and family members over to my house that evening and would love for him to be there. Oh, that won't work for us, but the center has a cancellation at 1. So we can take the spot if you'd like to see him. Fine. I guess I don't have an option. I will be there, and this will be the only time I go to that place. Wonderful. I'll go ahead and pay the fee for you this time since it's your birthday. This place is so cold. Look at baby, he looks terrified. I honestly think we should just take him across the street to the park. Baby, don't you want to go to the swings? Grandma Gale can push you so high. No, this is fine. The room is perfect for a toddler his age. He will have fun once he gets comfortable. I'm telling you, Elena, as a mother you need to think about the effects this will have on baby. Look, did you not just see that angry man in the lobby? This isn't safe. Gale, this is a safe and secure place. This is where we will be having our visit, unless a judge orders different. It disgusts me that your pettiness trumps your child's safety. That is most important. I should not care more about his safety than you do. Court is now in session to settle the request of relocation for the child of Elena. We will begin with Elena. Thank you, Your Honor. I am requesting permission to move with my son back to my home state. I am aware that the distance from here to my home state will interfere with visitation, but I believe this will be in the best interest of my child. Why do you believe it is in the best interest of the child to move away from the only home he has ever known? I have a guaranteed job back home with salary that is enough to support son, and I on my own. When my late husband and I moved here, it was because we could afford it here between 2 incomes. As a widow, I no longer have this luxury. I also have a large support system of family and friends there. My family has been supportive of me and son always, and they have never had alternative motives to wanting to be in. Your Honor, she claims not to have a support system here, but that is because she won't let anyone in. I know there is precedent in our state to grant rights to grandparents after a parent has died, and this is what I am asking for. It is not your turn to speak. Is there any other reason you believe moving back would be in the best interest? Your Honor, I would have a home and a job that son would thrive in, and he would be able to grow up with his cousins. Here, he is only subjected to a grandmother who wants to take him from his only remaining parent. I'm sorry, isn't this just for visitation rights? How is she trying to remove custody from you? I have submitted screenshot evidence of Gale in a grandparents' rights group that she has been a member of before court ever started. In this group, she has solicited help and advice to remove my child from me permanently. Of course, I was wondering about having the baby. She has been acting unstable since my son died, and someone has to actually stand up for what is in the baby's best interest. Gale, this goes way beyond fake concern of my mental health. You specifically state in one comment that just because I popped out baby doesn't mean I should have all the say. Move on, please. Is there anything else that you would like to add? Yes, there is. At our last court appearance, Gale submitted texts from my late husband claiming he was willing for her to have a relationship with our child after being estranged from her for a decade. I requested a transcript of his texts from the phone company to understand what was discussed. The discussion doesn't matter, only the decision does. The way the facts are presented is very important. Please give context so that we may understand more of what your husband. If you look at the previous conversation, It will show that Gale continually harassed my husband about meeting the baby and threatened to call CPS for false accusations until he said that she could meet him in the future if she agreed to therapy. He specifically said that he wanted her to be older and more mature. She represented the conversation completely different that it went down. She bullied and harassed him until she broke him down into giving him some type of agreement. Once he passed, she was able to use it to her advantage. This is very concerning. Thank you for letting MW explain. This entire case should be centered around the well-being of the child, not about what the grandparent wants. Ma'am, what reasons do you have to hold the child away from us, his mother? Your Honor, I would never want to take a child away from their mother for no reason. But this sweet baby deserves to know the paternal side of his family. You granted me 3 hours of visits every other weekend and phone calls. Since our last hearing, I have seen the baby twice and had maybe 5 calls. If she takes him across the country, there will never be a relationship established. I am asking for her to stay here, at least until baby is older. Once he's older, if she still wishes to move, he would be able to come visit during holidays and summer without her. Plenty of families do this. Why have you not been able to use your visitation? I have been refused access at every turn. Elena has made visits impossible because she does not agree with your ruling. Your Honor, I have not been refusing court-ordered visits. We had our first visit at my home in which she began to disparage me in front of my child and made a false police report when I asked her to leave. I have the report and the video footage of the visit submitted to the court. Even after this, I did not refuse visits. I simply moved them to the visitation center for the safety of myself and my child from more false allegations. She has refused to go to any except for one, where once again she disparaged me. I also have a report from the visitation center submitted, detailing how she has refused to attend and her actions when she did attend. And the phone calls. Why has she not been able to call? I have submitted my phone log. I have attempted to call my grandson 217 times. I have been successful 5 times. Exactly. In 2 months she has called over 100 times. I have told her the best time to call, but instead she refuses to stop calling during bedtime. She refuses to call when we are available because she has stated that is when she goes to the country club with her friends. And she has stated she is not afraid to harass me to get me to answer the phone. This is submitted as well. In the original order you said I was to allow phone calls as long as they did not interfere with our daily schedule. All they have done is interfere. And it is intentionally done. Your Honor, as you said before, you were raised by your grandmother. All I am asking is to be a grandmother to my grandbaby. Please help me have access to my grandson. I have heard enough. There is no case to keep Elena and the child from moving. There is no case to force the parent to send the child on unsupervised visits. This is not a custody battle. I appreciate that you want a relationship with your grandson, but you are not a parent. The parent should have a say in who the child is exposed to. If you have ruined your relationship with your daughter-in-law, that is something you need to fix. Elena, of course, is free to move wherever she chooses. She is under no obligation to send the child to you. She is the parent. What about my visits every other weekend? How can I have those when she lives across the country? The court no longer compels her to force her child into these visits. Court is dismissed. This is the final verdict on this matter.